We had all 4 of our cars off the road, so I'm going to give you a car update, let you know what's been happening with all of that, and come with me, we're going to Aldi. G'day, welcome, my name's Jenny. Now, as I said, all 4 vehicles of ours have been off the road and we've been working very hard to try and get them fixed and back on the road, because with a family our size, we definitely need transport to get about. It is very hard to get everybody where they need to be without working vehicles. So school runs have been very tedious and very long, and getting kids to work and just you know, doing the basics like going and getting groceries or paying bills and those sorts of things is taking a long time. So we have been working very hard to try and get these cars fixed and back on the road. But before we get into that, can I just show you these absolutely beautiful, beautiful flowers? Now, this week we passed the 10-year anniversary of my father's passing, which is, I cannot tell you how fast 10 years has gone. It feels like yesterday that he was still here with us. So it was an interesting week of lots of emotions and lots of feelings, lots of memories. I've been through some photos. It may have been 10 years, but I still miss him. He was an awesome dad, and our older kids had a lot to do with him. He actually passed when we had baby number 15. So he's never met our youngest, and of course our little ones don't remember him all that well because they were very small when he passed. So it's been an interesting week of just pulling out photos and reminiscing about wonderful memories that we had with him. I think though that when somebody passes on, there's no time frame on grief. I think you always feel sad that that person's no longer here with you, but I'm also very happy that he's in a place where he's not suffering anymore, because those last couple of years were not great for him. So I know that he's at peace now, and but we still miss him. So all of my kids gave me a call or a text and checked in on me and my mum during that day. I actually went and got a coffee with my mum, and we went out to the cemetery and we, you know, cleaned off his headstone and put some new flowers out there, which was lovely. And we just sat under a tree at the cemetery and chatting and talking about Dad and all the wonderful things that he did and the wonderful guy that he was. And that evening, when one of my girls, Sabrina, got home from work, she gave me this beautiful big bunch of flowers just to make sure that I had a smile on my face at the end of the day. So I really appreciate that. But aren't they just lovely? They are just so pretty. Thank you to all the rest of my family and everyone online who sent lovely messages just to make sure everyone here was doing okay. And, you know, a lot of people in similar situations, just missing loved ones that have passed on. And we just send out big hugs and lots of love to all those folks too. It's hard, but, you know, life does go on, and we've just got to keep moving until one day we get to reunite with our loved ones in heaven. So okay, so let's get to these car updates. My car is still sitting, waiting to be looked at. We do have some plans in place, so that's a step forward, but we're really not sure what's going on with it. But I'm sure we'll put our finger on it at some point and we'll figure it out and then get it fixed, because it's a lovely car. Yes, it's old, but it is in good condition. So we just got to fix these little problems and then it'll be back on the road for me, which would be fantastic, because then I don't have to borrow the other cars from the other kids. Our learner driver car, that's the one that broke down on me the other morning during school run, making some awful noise from the motor. I don't know what that was. We've looked, hubby and his dad have actually looked over the vehicle, taken it for a drive. They can't seem to pinpoint what that noise is from. And of course, when I drove it again the next time, I could just barely hear that noise, so I wasn't game to continue driving it. And when I got in the car with hubby to say, look, I'm sure it's still there, and the kids heard it too, But of course, isn't that always the way? When you get somebody else in the vehicle to let them hear what's going on with it, it doesn't make the noise. So he's taken it for a good drive, looked over it, can't see anything dangerous there. So we'll just watch it, and we'll just take it for small drives and see how it goes from there. Now, our son's car, we got the tyre patched for it that had the nails in it, and then we took the other wheel to the tyre place, the one that hit the pothole that was all dented, and to see whether they could fix that or whether we had to replace actual wheels as well as the tyres. And they looked at it and they were like, oh, don't know. It's a bit of a challenge. But amazing job from those guys. They fixed the wheel, which was fantastic, saved a heap of money for us. And also then we replaced 2 front tyres, we did the wheel alignment. Now our bus, we love our bus. It's old, yes. Could we replace it? Sure. But we just love our bus, and I think whilst ever it drives well and it serves its purpose, then it's worth fixing it up. It gets the odd problem because of its age, and you know, we just go about fixing it. And to think about the kind of money that we would have to spend to upgrade to a much newer vehicle, there's probably other things in our house that are more important to get done rather than replace vehicles. So that's why we keep repairing our vehicles rather than just going out and buying new ones. So Ray's dad, he's also a Ray, so there's a Ray Senior and a Ray Junior. He came around and they spent a whole day together working on the bus, fixing the problems that we knew about. And watching those two work together is just priceless. The way that they work together and the banter that goes on and the conversations is fabulous to watch. I think at any stage where a father and son can spend time together is very precious. So they spent that time together working on our bus and fixed all of those problems. Now this week we did one school run in the bus. I was so happy to get back in the bus, and the kids were thrilled because of course, you know, with growing kids, teenagers, they get into little tiny cars and they're cramped in there with all their school bags and everything else they need to take with them. So to be able to get into the bus and have some space to spread out, that was amazing. And it lasted one day. A light flashed up on the dash. I don't know what the problem is, so we're doing a bit of research into that to make sure it's nothing serious. But of course we don't want to drive it in case it causes a bigger problem. So we had one day in the bus, and then we were back to driving the small cars again, and which is very tedious. It just takes so long trying to get everybody to where they need to be. So anyway, that's the car update. We've got the son's car up and running well. The learner car, we're being cautious with it. We've got plans to get my car fixed, and we're just putting some research into what we need to do with the bus. But hopefully it will just be a simple fix and I can have the bus back up and running, because it does make life so much easier here. Now the next thing, I'm going to show you my little shopping trip out to Aldi. My daughter came round, she said, Mum, I'm going to Aldi, would you like to come? And I said, sure. Now most of our groceries are done at Coles and Woolworths. That's where I like to shop. I'm not sure that I'm a complete Aldi convert. I don't know whether I could do all of our groceries there. There's a lot of things there that I can't buy that we use here in this house. I also use our local fruit and veg shop and our local butcher, and I will do some of our shopping there as well. But there are a couple of products that I really like at Aldi. So she took me to a different Aldi store. I've only been to one Aldi shop here in town, and she took me to one of the other ones so I could have a little look around. It was lovely to spend some time with my daughter while she did some of her groceries, and I got to pick up the few products that I like. They didn't have the washing powder, and I actually find their home brand washing powder really good, and I found that it did a good job, and it was so cheap for the amount that you could get. But they didn't have any on the shelf there when I went there, so I will get some other washing powder when I can. I like their butter blend. I like some of their frozen products, you know, calamari, some of their frozen veggies. Do you shop at Aldi? Tell me whether you shop at Aldi. What do you think? Do you split up your groceries between different places? or are you a die-hard Aldi fan and you do most of your shopping there? So let me know. I'll have a read through the comments. So sit down for the next few minutes and you can come along to Aldi with me. I spent a total of $271.80 while I was there, which isn't bad. It was a full trolley load. Grocery prices are going up, so it's no surprise that, you know, every time you get to a checkout, there's more money required than what we used to have in our budget. But I'm sure everyone's feeling that as well. So come along and shop with me now, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. God bless. We arrived and we got ourselves a trolley. I bought some bananas, some pack and pears, the butternut pumpkins looked lovely, so I got one of those. 4 kilos of washed potatoes. These are chicken Kiev, and I had to buy 3 packs of 4 to feed our family, but you would probably get more meals out of that than us. I bought some sliced ham in a value pack. One was a honey leg ham and one was just plain leg ham. 1 bag of grated cheese and a block of Colby cheese. And here's the butter, 6 kilos of blended butter. It has an oil with it, which makes it easy to spread. 1 value pack of Jatz crackers and some French onion and gherkin dip. Got some squeezy yogurts for the lunch boxes and some strawberry panna cotta. Yum! 1 bottle of thickened cream, and here comes the milk. We had to move things in the trolley to fit them all in. That is 6 3-litre bottles of milk. I didn't know what these are, but they looked interesting. Some sort of wafer chocolate treat. That's for the kids' lunch boxes as well. Bought 2 bottles of apple raspberry cordial and 4 bottles of lemonade. Popped in some frozen potato chips and 2 bags of onion rings. 4 big bags of crumbed fish. And here we got 6 boxes of calamari rings. We need 3 boxes for a meal just to serve all of our family. I bought some salt and pepper and some chicken salt and some spray oil and some normal cooking oil. I bought 4 kilos of sugar. And these are chocolate coated ice creams, and these were treats for the kids. I bought 2 loaves of multigrain bread, and they didn't have much on the shelf. I only got 1 white sliced bread. And then on the way out, I nearly ran into the door. But we got out to the car, got our groceries in there and headed home. Thanks for shopping with me. Don't forget to subscribe.